Good evening and welcome to another live stream, live from beautiful Abruzzo in Italy. How's everybody doing? If it's the first time that you joined us, then where have you been? But welcome anyway. And if it's not the first time, then start writing. Start writing in the chat box. Tell us where you are in the world, and then at least that way we can see that there's somebody actually watching us. Because at the moment I have no idea how many people are on or off. I just don't know. So just keep writing away. Let us know where you are in the world. Tonight's subject, the live stream is about why Abruzzo, not the usual my Abruzzo, but it is why Abruzzo. And tonight we're going to get personal tonight. We're going to get a little bit personal. You like that, don't you? We're gonna find out why producer Tony chose Abruzzo. Don't worry, I'll keep that as short as possible. Then we're going to talk about why we chose Abruzzo. I want to share a couple of photographs from our early days when I didn't have grey hair and I didn't look like I've eaten my former self. We'll share a few photographs of our house when we first bought it. So I want to talk to you about why we chose here. And again, Tony's going to pop on as well. In fact, let's just say hello to him. Where is he? Hang on a minute. Evening. back to the professional. You're on holiday tomorrow. That's when I am as well. No, I've got to work tomorrow, but after that, then I'm on. So you actually leave tomorrow, don't you?
I leave tomorrow afternoon for Sicily.
Traitor.
Only for a week.
And I'm gonna pull you next week. So I suppose I'm a bit of a traitor as well.
You just follow around, don't you? Basically.
Yeah. No, try not to. That's enough of him. Anyway, we've seen him. Shall we just leave it at that? We don't really need to know his story, do we? So we'll bring him on a little bit later. So we're going to get a little bit personal. I'm going to tell you why Italy, why Abruzzo, and then we'll just have a general chat about Abruzzo. And if anybody wants to ask a few questions, lots of people have contacted me saying, what do you think of this area? What do you think of that area? What do you think of this, that, and the other? And we'll do a little bit of that if we get a chance tonight. Was that Troy, Tony, that just put a message up? No, it wasn't Troy. I thought it was the usual. Seb's just said more holidays than Judith Chalmers. Brilliant. Everybody in America is going to be thinking, who's Judith Chalmers? Well, she used to be. What was the program that she was on, Tony? What was it called in England?
I can't remember. Some holiday program.
It was a holiday show, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. I can't remember.
Nice one, Seb. Seb, that's brought back some memories. I can't remember. Seb, if you remember the name of it, just put it on because that's going to annoy me now. Wish You Were Here. That's it. Is that right?
Yes.
That's right,
yes,
Tony.
yes.
Wish You Were Here. Shocking program. Anyway, brought back some memories. Thanks for that, Seb. Put a smile on my face. So yeah, we're gonna, because this is the last one before our holiday. Finally, the holiday times are here. Well, I'm saying that we've actually got to do some signings on the 12th of August. So I've been dragged back in to do a few signings because we had a couple of problems at the notary's office this week, so we've had to push some on. But the holiday starts from tomorrow, and I just can't wait to relax for a little bit. Obviously, I'm still going to put some content on YouTube and the rest of it, and I am going to do a few, maybe some weird and wonderful live streams from different parts. Wherever we decide to go, I may just throw a live on at some point during the day. So hopefully some of you will join, keep an eye out on that and join them as well. I will still put a couple of property videos in, and we're also putting Saturday, we're putting some videos, some work that we're having done at home. Some of you may see that on YouTube already, one of the shorts. I'm just going to put a short video on for that. So there'll be a little bit of a mixture through August just to get us through, and then back fighting fit in September with lots more properties and lots more content. So yeah, so these Wednesday nights won't happen for the next few weeks, but as soon as we get back into September, we'll be back on it again. If I'm hanging around the last week of August, we might do one. We'll just see what happens. I'm waffling again, aren't I? Just waffle, just talk, because I'm getting excited. So yeah, tonight we are going to be talking about why Abruzzo. What else have we got? We've got stunning photo of the week. And believe me, this is a real stunner of a photograph. We've also, Domenico is back in town. I have to stay quiet during the cheers because apparently it knocks my voice out when the cheering happens. So we will have Domenico and Tony's tongue twisting trials. That is back today. They seem to go on for longer, these things. So that's all coming up shortly. What else have I got to say? What's this? Lindy Lou. Hi, Dave and Tony. Thanks so much to you, Domenico and Silvana. I'll be over in September to collect the keys. Vittorito, here we come. Linda from Dublin. And a brilliant place you've got as well, Linda. You're gonna. In fact, we've actually sold on the same day we did yours, Linda. We did another Linda that also bought a property in Vittorito. I just hope I've got the right people buying the right houses. If not, then we might have to do a quick change at the notary. No, I'm only joking, don't worry. So yeah, so there's two Lindas in one day, both buying in Domenico's hometown. Good evening all from Frank and Tanya. Good evening to you guys. They've got themselves a fantastic place as well, and hopefully their story is going to be a good one when they finally when we get things done and they come and us meet the home buyers, because that's been going on for quite a while. Domenico and Sylvia, love you guys. That's from Mary. She bought a fantastic property, or two properties, in Predsa. So it's good to see all these people back on tonight. So a couple of things to tell you. The autumn tour, September 25th and 26th, has sold out. There's no more spaces on that tour, but I will be sending emails out to have everybody, not next week, but the week after, that's on the tour, just to make sure everybody's still coming. If we do get any cancellations, then I will put any extra spaces on the internet, and you can join us on that. October the 23rd and 24th, there are still 12 spaces left. It is a fantastic time to come to Abruzzo. So if you're thinking about it, book on the tour. The tour's a great way of seeing the area, a great way of seeing lots of properties. We have an aperitivo evening on the Wednesday, then the Thursday and the Friday. We do different parts of the mountain range, the Maila mountain range. We have some great food, and we usually see around about 20 properties, sometimes a little bit more, within those 2 days. So it's a fantastic way to see lots of different properties and be together in a great group. And because the groups that we have are people keep in touch after years of, I can't remember the first time we did the tour, but the groups still talk to each other on WhatsApp, and it is fantastic. Lots of people meet up, go and see each other's houses, and the rest of it. It's great. So if you are considering it, make sure, if you're considering it this year, join us in October time, because that is superb. And we've also done the next year's tour days, the first part of the year. We don't go past May because it gets too hot. But it is available to book now. If you go onto the website, www.ahomeInItaly.com, click on tours, and you will find all these. You can book them now. People have already started booking on them. So it's the 26th and 27th of February. Sorry, we're not doing January this year for some strange reason. Don't know why I decided that, but there you go. 26th and 27th of February, 26th and 27th of March, 23rd and 24th of April, and the 28th and 29th of May. So they are available to book now. So jump online and book now. Come and join us. Make 2026 the year that you come to Abruzzo, and come and see why I keep rattling on the way I do about the place, because it would make my job much easier if everybody just comes over, and then I can just skip all the bits where I'm talking about Abruzzo. Excuse me. So yeah, have a look at that. Go onto the website and book those. If you're looking for rental properties out here in Abruzzo, maybe you're looking to book for 12 months to get your long-term visa, until you get to your residency visa, or maybe you're looking just for a holiday, then deal direct with the owners. Contact us at info@ahomeInItaly.com. I know I always used to put another email address on there, helping friends out at the moment. So we're doing it all through ourselves, and then we will send it to the owners direct. So if you're looking for rental properties, get in touch. Send us a message at info@homeInItaly.com, and I will send your requests to the right people. We don't get involved in the rental side, but there's still rentals that we know and we recommend, and they're in the best areas. So make sure you contact us on that. If you don't get a response straight away from our email, it's because we're away, but I've written it all over the website. I can't do anything else. I've put it on YouTube. I've put it on Facebook. I've written it all over the website, and the email has the autoresponder. So if people start shouting at me and saying, why aren't you answering? then I will never ever answer again to those people. So just to let you know, and lots of people still say to me, is it true that August really you close for the whole month of August? I know it sounds ridiculous, but here in Italy, that's how it works. The 15th of August is as big as, hold on a second, what's this? We've got a joke. Wait, Tony, I'll put that. Just take that off. We'll read that one in a second. I did have some other jokes as well, but we'll come back to that one. What was I saying? 15th of August is as important as Christmas, as Easter, and everything else. So other than bars, restaurants, shops, that kind of thing, businesses tend to close down, and certainly close down the week either side of the 15th, but many of them will close for August. And the ones that stay open for the first week and for the last week, they're only pretending to be there, so they still won't get back to you anyway on emails and things. So you may as well just take the time off, and that's what we do. We try not to take holidays at any other time of the year other than Christmas and Easter, but August is holiday time. So yeah, lots of people do say to me, please tell me, you'll be doing something, or can we come and do this? Unfortunately, we can't, and the agents are off as well. So there you go. So Troy, we get to Predsa on the 23rd of October. Yeah, can't wait to get the keys. Tony rocks. I'm not going to give you the keys, Troy. Until you change your attitude, you're not getting the keys. I've already told you that. I've had loads of keys cut, and I'm going to hand them out to lucky winners of a competition 2 weeks before you arrive in October. Can't wait to see you guys as well. It's been a long time. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, we've got Leslie. What's that? Leslie, my eyes. Lily. I know this is Jason and Lisa from Arizona. Brilliant house in Faro San Martino. I need to get you guys on as well as meet the home buyers. You're coming over. I don't think you're coming over now, though. You're coming at Christmas time, if I remember, if I've got the right couple, and I'm sure I have. So can't wait to see you guys as well. Superb. What else have I got to say? So I've done the rental things. I've done the tours. I spoke to Pacentro Pete as well on a completely different thing. He's in Japan at the moment. I was trying to get him to come on the show, but I think it's a little bit. Lindy Lou Debbie is here as well. I was trying to get him on just to come and say hello, but I think with too many hours difference. But I think he's going to come on the next show. Don't know why I'm telling you that, but I've just seen his name, so I will. That just brought that into my mind. Is that it? Have I done everything, Tony? I think I've done all the notices. Let me have a look. Oh, Patreon. Make sure if you are interested in buying a property, jump on our Patreon page. There's loads of links on our website. Throughout August, they will be getting exclusive agent property videos. So that will be every Wednesday. Patrons will get that throughout August. They've had a fantastic exclusive property viewing of one in Rocca Scalegna, the famous Rocca Scalegna with incredible castle. What a property that was. 79k, including all fees and taxes. A huge townhouse with 3 double bedrooms, room to expand, kitchen, living room, 2 bathrooms. Absolutely brilliant place for 79k all in. And that was exclusive to Patreon. And one of our Patreon members snapped that up straight away as well. So there are, it's a good thing to do. I know I push it, but it's for those of you who are happy going along with this and waiting until the time's right, or maybe coming on a tour, that's great. That's what we do these things for. For those of you that are really looking to jump on a property as soon as possible, then get into Patreon. There's also a community chat group in there, which is nice. It's starting to work. People are starting to speak to each other. I think there's 185 members, I think, the last time I looked. But you get exclusive properties and you get early access as well to Saturday's video property. We're coming over Christmas. I thought it was through New Year. We're so excited to see our new home. You and Silvana are rock stars, and your whole team. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. And we shall definitely see you because we should be off then at Christmas time as well. Can you please create a list of top 5 to 10 small towns where a car is not needed? I will do, John. Good idea. I think we may do that on the next Abruzzo one. But yeah, I can already think of a few. So yes, I'll definitely do that. We'll definitely do a top 5 thing. I may do some sort of video on that as well. Tony, just throw the joke on before I do stunning What is this one? Great idea to do group visits to see different places. Looking to buy, but need to see the best expat areas as my Italian is bad. Great updates, Dave, as usual. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. And hopefully we'll see you on a tour as well. And it is. That's exactly what it's for. Come out. It's not all about coming out and finding the property and getting a contract to do it. It's about coming and seeing the area. Here's your joke. Why is a duck covered in feathers? To cover his butt quack. That's not bad. That is not bad. That you got to admit, that's pretty good. Lisa, thank you. That's keep the jokes coming. We can't do them all night, but that was pretty good one, that Lisa. We will pick the odd one out while we're reading out our messages. Okay, let's do a stunning photo of the week. This is great. This is great. This is Joe that sent this in, who's got hi Bridget, who's got or in the process of buying a superb place. Tony, if you could just take that, if you could just take Bridget's, he's on the go slow. He's obviously drinking wine. I need to, oh, there we go. So stunning photograph of the week. This has been sent in by Joe, and this did put a smile on my face. And I did ask the other week for people to send a few animal pet photographs in. Are you ready to meet Harry? Are you ready? Just look at this for a stunning photo of the week. Why won't it come on? Here we go. How cool is Harry? I mean, what a brilliant photograph. And the thing is that I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried where his front paws are. I can't work it. Oh no, I can see them now. Actually, I can see I was a little bit concerned about Harry. What a great photo! I think stunning photo of the week, as well as the stunning areas and everything else. We've got to get a few pets coming in, and I had to have a little play around with Harry's photo. So Harry and Joe, I do apologise just for I had to do it. That Harry, his new name is now H. Are you ready? Meet H. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. He's got to be that's got to be one of the coolest dog photos. Harry, you're an absolute H in this case. You're an absolute star. Brilliant. Absolutely. Absolutely. What do you reckon, Tony? Pretty good, that, isn't it?
Pretty good.
Yeah, thanks. Anyway, okay, so that's stunning photo of the week out of the way. Let's what else have we got to do now before we get moving? Oh god, yeah, there's this as well. 17 minutes. Tony, you're pressurizing me. It's now time for what's it time for? Domenico and Tony's tongue twisting trials. Here he is, Tony the producer. Are you ready?
I think I need another one of these before I start.
It's a little bit yeah, difficult. I think people will get it, and sometimes I do things that's relevant to this week, and this is relevant to this week. So it's a famous film. Anybody that's never seen this part of the show before, Tony's in his best Italian.
Is it a book?
So no, it's always a film. Tony in his best Italian is going to say a quote from a film, and then later in the show, Domenico is going to come on say the same quote but in English, and at that point you can guess the film. Right, Tony, I'm going to send it you on WhatsApp as usual. Here we go.
And start doing things, you get on a lot better.
It's a little bit long.
Oh, there you go.
And you got 3 seconds to look at it.
Crazy Frog. 1 minute. My God, it is a book. Huge.
It's not too bad. I didn't put any space.
Rings. It's massive. It's about that thick.
Not quite, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Are you ready? Listen carefully, everybody. See if you can get a few hints, and then Domenico will come on later. Okay, Tony, when you're ready.
Ok. Penso che siate tutti pazzi. Siamo a 10 ore dal parco e volete smettere. Beh, vi dico una cosa, questa non è più una vacanza. È una ricerca. È una ricerca di divertimento. Mi divertirò e vi divertirete anche voi. Ci divertiremo così tanto che dovremmo ricorrere alla chirurgia plastica per togliarci il sorriso.
You sort of you start to fade away a little bit at the end.
I'm not surprised.
if anybody can get that from that, then
I'm going to say it'll be a miracle. Never mind anything else.
not too bad. I'll give you a 6 out of 10.
No, that's not too bad. And some,
Yeah. Okay.
a lot of words.
What were you saying? A lot?
Repeating words.
Yeah, there's words in there, and that's the difficult thing about the Italian language is exactly what's in this. But you didn't do too bad.
Thank you.
Okay, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Oh no, I'll see you shortly, actually. So I think the wine was definitely kicking in with Tony at that point. Okay, so let's talk about. We'll have Domenico coming on later to say all of that in English, and hopefully you're going to work out what the film is. What options do you have for a single retired senior person who wants to relocate? There's lots of options, to be honest with you. And the towns that we deal in, there's lots of expats in there as well. I would say if you're looking as a single person, it depends if you're driving or not driving, then it would depend on the area. But I would say all the places that come on our videos are all in towns that have great expat communities and that sort of thing. So I wouldn't be worried about being single. There's lots of people that do it. I really wouldn't. You should just come on a tour first. That's what I would say. Come on a tour, get to know us, get to know the area, get some confidence, and then make the move. Okay, so we're going to be talking about why Abruzzo, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story. First of all, I suppose we better bring him on again, even though we've seen quite a bit of him tonight, haven't we? So I know it's a bit of a pain, but okay, Tom, with a serious head now. Are you ready? Yeah. Even though your story is not really serious as we go along.
It's not, no.
But tell everybody why. I mean, I can't remember. I know we met years and years ago, but why were you looking at Abruzzo in particular, or was it Abruzzo?
Well, no, I mean, like a lot of people that do come on the tours and buy houses, I had a small budget and I thought, where can I go? So I obviously looked at the normal places like Portugal, etc., to buy a cheap house, and I ended up seeing this place called Abruzzo. I never even heard of it. Found out it was in Italy as you go along, and I ended up booking a week in a town called San Salvo, which is south of Abruzzo, on the Molise border, and it was really nice. It was nice. I had one house to see with you, but the trouble is I'd seen like 14 houses in 3 days, and you kept ringing me saying, and I never.
But to be fair, I mean, I wasn't hounding you.
No, I
think you let me down. You
were supposed to meet you.
And you just ignored.
I did answer your phone call, and it was the best thing I ever did. To be honest.
Ignoring my phone call, did you say? I missed that.
Oh yeah, both really. Well, I ignore them now anyway. So.
Yeah. So just to let everybody know, obviously we didn't meet each other there. How did you find? Did you just find it on the internet?
I found it on the internet. Yeah, I had a really small budget. I think tops was 38,000 euros, and that was the top.
Can I just say something? You know, if you keep knocking on the table or with your foot, I'm going to turn your volume off.
It's my draw.
Go on, carry on.
Yeah, I had a really small budget, and as nice as South Abruzzo was, saw some nice places in some varied different locations.
Because you did like San Buono, didn't San Buono and the areas down. What other areas did you go to?
Yeah, San Felice, which is just probably in Molise, probably just over the border of Molise, you know, and around. I don't think we went to Dogliola, or somewhere around. And as nice as the area was, it wasn't until we came up and made the decision we're going to meet Dave.
But just before that, though, if I remember rightly, you pretty much thought, because you'd look around everywhere, you told me afterwards that everywhere seemed really nice, but everywhere seemed the same, and you'd settled on a place, hadn't you? Where was that?
Yeah.
Where you were
thinking that was further, a little bit further north. That was in Colla di Mezzo, really.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which we thought, so which is getting nearer to you guys.
You rang, if I remember rightly, you rang to cancel to say that you weren't coming, and I think
no, not really. I thought about it, but I didn't. I just kept saying no to you when you've kept phoning me. So, but I decided that we should go see what you had to offer. And it wasn't until we came up the autostrada from San Salvo and got off at Torino, the Val di Sangro, and it wasn't there until then, coming towards Cassoli, that all of a sudden this huge mountain sort of came out of nowhere, because it was it was sort of October time when we came, and the weather wasn't brilliant. So going down to San Salvo, driving, you couldn't see the mountain or anything. So it wasn't until we was going up to Cassoli, this mountain loomed with Cassoli, as you got closer, Cassoli in the forefront of it. Then it's just spectacular.
Really, strange, yeah. Because that's the thing that got me.
It was. It is just.
You.
I don't want to use the word stunning, but it was stunning. And finally found you after 2 attempts, I think, of trying to find the office, and you showed us this place and where I am now first. Then we saw 2 or 3 others, I think, and I said yes. Virtually that day, I think I went back, but you emailed me, and I said, yeah, go with it, and never regretted anything of it.
Then you moved out here, then, didn't you? You moved out straight. Was it straight away? I can't remember if you moved.
No. I bought in Christmas. I signed just about beginning of December, which was
just about being the right word.
Wasn't a good move, but yeah, so, 2013, and then I moved out permanently the end of 2016, somewhere around there.
So just to let people know into what actually happened on your signing day. So I'll paint the picture so far, because obviously at that
it's
time,
not going to be pretty, is it?
No, definitely not. It was. I mean, the obviously at the time me and Silvana were part of an estate agents that we created. We had other business partners. It was a traditional estate agents based in Carsoli, and we did things in a different way to what we do now. And people used to come out and sign, as opposed to the vast majority being remote sales. So we booked the notary. We'd done everything as we should do, all professional. We didn't do anything wrong on our side. Everything was perfect, waiting for a certain person to arrive in Italy, which he did. And you arrived, I think it was a Saturday when you arrived. And yeah, it was a Saturday. And then on the Sunday, my colleague who I work with now as well, Claudio, it was his birthday, or it was some celebration of his. It can't have been Christmas. I don't think he's born in Christmas.
I think it might have been Claudio's birthday.
Yeah, so I think it's October time, Claudio's birthday, if I remember, October, November, something like that. So we've been invited to Claudio's birthday party at the Dal Pagano restaurant. Big shout out to Leonardo, who was the restaurant in Palombaro. So we were there, a big gang of us. Silvana, I think our kids were there. I think we were all there, and along with quite a long table. And in walks somebody who sat at a table behind us. And obviously I reckon, and I said, oh, that's the guy that's signing tomorrow. And Claudio then invited you to our table. Take over, Tony.
Well, I think it was Enzo that actually invited me over to the table, which is always a bad move.
Yeah, always a bad move. Yeah, Enzo being the ex technico at the council, the one that gives you planning permissions.
Yes, exactly.
But carry on.
Yeah, so I turned up for lunch, and all you guys were there, and I got invited over, and this started at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then it just carried on. And the call was bringing food all night. We had normal food, then they just carried on. And if Leo couldn't cook it, then they farmed it out from somewhere else and brought it in. And there was singing, and there was everything was happening. And then we went. I seem to recall going down to Enzo's.
Yes, that was after. So that was from 1 o'clock. We left because we had to leave early because our kids were obviously going to school. So we left early for Italian style, around about 9 o'clock. And Enzo invited all of us down to his house. And Enzo is a huge character in this town. And we obviously said we can't. I knew full well what would happen if you go into Enzo's house. You struggle getting out.
Well, yes.
And you didn't know anybody, did you? You didn't. I mean, obviously, we'd met briefly. You knew nobody. Came to Abruzzo. All of a sudden, you found yourself. You didn't know a word of Italian in Enzo's kitchen,
man's apartment, which no idea. I didn't even know where we were.
Until what time?
I don't. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I think.
You keep knocking that drawer again. I'm gonna ring your wife and to go into the room.
Feeding me whiskey and prosciutto and all sorts, salamis, but more whiskey. Because I'm English, seems to think that you drink whiskey, so that's what you're having.
What time did you manage to get out?
I don't know. It's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't remember. He got Gianluca, his son, to drive me back.
Considering, I mean, when I heard from Enzo said he said goodbye to you, and instead of you going down the stairs to the entrance,
I do remember doing that. He said, "Whoa, where are you going?"
So then I'm going to take over the story then, because you probably can't remember much after that. So we'd arranged on the Monday, obviously at that time then, Brits were coming over, we could open bank accounts easy enough. So the idea was to go to the bank. The money had been sent there, but you had to sign in front of the bank manager for us to get the checks and all that kind of stuff to take to the notary. So Silvana had made an arrangement, I think it was 9:30. No sign of Tony. No, not a sign of Tony. Okay, we'll wait a little bit longer. Called him, no sign of him. An hour passed, 2 hours. We were supposed to sign at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I think it was, or 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No sign, no sign. Couldn't get into the B&B because Leonardo was closed on the Monday. Tried ringing him, no answer. Then I think it got to about 1 o'clock, and we were really worried then. We were thinking, something's happened. Considering you were supposed to be buying a house, that's what you come out to do. So then it got to your then, I don't know if it was one of your kids that rang me or somebody rang to say, have you heard anything from Dad? And I was like, now I am getting worried, because if they've not heard either, and so I think it was. Obviously, we cancelled the notary, cancelled the bank appointment. Luckily, I think we managed to get in the day after, was it something? 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's from 1 o'clock the previous day, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Leonardo got back to the restaurant and I said, please go and see. Well, we didn't know what to think. It was nearly ready for police time. And I think he went downstairs and went into your room. He was terrified. But luckily heard the shower running and then sort of legged it out of your room again. So
I didn't come in. I said, "I'm okay."
So you were completely zonked out all day.
Yeah.
Shocking behaviour.
Hey, but you say, you take no blame. You left me alone with Enzo, of all people.
That is Enzo was always our way of getting people relaxed and getting into the Italian way. Oh well, there you go. Brilliant story. Nice one, mate.
It's the best thing we've ever done.
Exactly. No regret. I know sometimes we have this conversation because I sometimes say, would you ever move back? I know you miss grandkids and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's normal though, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. But no regrets. No. There you go, Tom. That's the most airtime I've given you on here. Are you happy? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Over the moon. Yeah.
What was that?
Over the moon, Harry.
Oh, well, there you go. Harry, you talk about that dog?
Yeah.
There you go. That's Tony's little story. So I'll do something similar and just show you a few things. I think for me, it was more why Italy to start with, because when I met my partner, my wife, but obviously she wasn't my wife then, which is back in 1997, and we got married in 2000. But before 2000, she said, before we get married, I want you to meet my nonna. So she's Italian, Silvana, obviously. She's half Italian, half Irish. She was born in Dublin, but spent a lot of her life in Italy. And she wanted me to meet nonna. So we came over. The first time I came here, I think, was 1998. Never been to Italy before then. And met nonna, got the green light from her, thankfully. And it was just coming to Italy, and every time we used to come back every year then, and I just loved the Italian lifestyle. I just loved the way people were. It was completely alien to me. I'd been on package holidays from the UK's where you get sort of you go to the airport, you fly to Spain usually, as it was in those days. You have your Spanish holidays surrounded by other Brits. And then you sort of ship back, and that's it. You drive past places, but you never stop. And luckily, as years have gone on, people have become more adventurous, if you want to say that. And now it's the norm to be a little bit more adventurous, which is fantastic. So when we went to Italy for the first time, we were traveling through those villages. And her family's not from Abruzzo; they're from Lazio. They're about an hour south of Rome. It's a beautiful, beautiful area, and I was blown away by some of the scenery in that area as well. It was absolutely incredible. But it was amazing to stop at the places where usually, if you were on a bus and heading somewhere, you just ignore these places. Not ignore them, but you never got a chance to stop and see what it was really like in the true heart of Italy, if you like. You would just usually just go to the tourist places. So to actually stop in these towns, and then I always remember thinking to myself years ago when we used to go to these holiday resorts, and you'd see the old ladies all dressed in black, and sometimes you'd be sort of quite not freaked out by it, but a little bit sort of, I don't know. And I never understood why they were in black at the time, obviously. Then I did understand. So I was all of a sudden thrown into this Italian family that was exactly that. It was traditional, even though Silvana's nonna never wore black. She was always in colors and hated black. But I was meeting all these people that you would, sounds awful to say, but you would see on the streets as you're passing through, heading to your hotel. And I think years ago there used to be a distance between, it was almost an us and them. And there are some places in the world that's still like that, and that's terrible, because when I went there I discovered something new, and I'm not going to say that it was the same thing as what Abruzzo did for me. It's an Italian thing. That's what it is. It doesn't matter whether you're in Abruzzo, Lazio, Puglia, wherever. It's the Italian thing, and that blew me away. The friendship, the way people were, the respect just from one person to another, the respect between elders and younger ones, the respect between anybody. And it's, I found, and this is going back a long time, when Italy sometimes at that time was a bit more chauvinistic, if you want to say, a bit more masculine and all the rest of it. But the basic respect for family and all of that kind of thing was there. And I was part of that. And that was the first thing for me to think, I want to be part of this. I used to love listening to Silvana's cousins speaking English and then straight into Italian and English and Italian. And I remember thinking to myself, I would love for my kids, eventual kids, we didn't have kids at that time, to be part of that. And so the thing for Italy began, and we originally looked in Lazio, in the area where our family's from. Obviously, that's where we thought we would go. And at that time, it was a little bit more expensive over there. And it was her uncle who we were really close to, and Silvana is unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. We were really close to him, and we used to spend, when we came over to Italy, they would sort of usually come over. They lived in the UK at the same time as well. And we were going to see Padre Pio which is the shrine of Padre Pio, which is the Italian monk that you'll have seen so many times in Italian houses. And that was in Puglia. And we thought, we went there and we spent a weekend together. And then after that, her uncle said, I'm going to take you to where I go on holiday. And he said, we'll drive that way back. And he was talking about Abruzzo. So from Puglia, from the part of Puglia, if you follow the leg of Italy down, there's a little bit that sort of jilts out, if you like. That's called the Gargano. That's where I'm actually going next week as well. And from there, he said, rather than cutting across country and getting back, we're going to go travel up the motorway, and we're going to we're going to go to Pescara. And it was telling us a little bit about Abruzzo. And we thought, okay, let's go and see this. Driving up the motorway, when you're going through Puglia, apart from the Gargano, which is mountainous, but as you go through Puglia, the vast majority of it is completely flat. It is the flattest place in the world. It's just extremely flat. Some great towns, some brilliant holiday places, and I do holiday. We do holiday quite a lot down there, but not sure if I would live down there. I love it, but I do like a bit of the rolling countryside and the mountains. Heading up the motorway, and we crossed the border from Puglia to Molise. Molise seemed to then start, the hills start again a little bit higher, look very nice. Cross the border into Abruzzo, and all of a sudden things change. And it's true. You could go, if you go up the motorway or down the motorway, you will know what I'm saying if you've ever done it, because all of a sudden you've got these deeper valleys, and then in the background you've got these huge mountains that just suddenly, as Tony said, they just appear from you. And then you've got the Adriatic on the other side. And I remember going past Vasto, you could see Vasto Old Town, you could see the sea. And even when we come up now from the south, heading towards Abruzzo, you're still blown away by that scenery. And I'd never been there before. And it was only probably the second time I think that I'd been to Italy, second or third time. But I was already convinced I wanted to be in Italy. But as soon as we crossed the border, we were gobsmacked. You go past Vasto and you come over the crest of a hill, and you're looking down towards the Val di Sangro, which is where we are and where the Trabocchi coastline is. And there's a certain part where you look in the distance, you see the mountains on the left, you see the sea on the right, and you just think, wow, this is something. And that was the first time when I thought to myself, this looks amazing. We drove up the motorway, we went to Pescara. Pescara, unfortunately, got heavily bombed during World War II, so there's no real historical centre there. It's cafe bar, it's that kind of, yeah, it has a good vibe. The beaches are always busy, there's promenade along the beach. The airport's there, there's university there, there's a big hospital there, and Chieti as well. It's just one of those hubs, if you like, the train station going there. It wasn't my idea of Italy, but what I'd seen on the motorway, I was just blown away by, absolutely blown away by. And we stopped, we ate, we had a fish meal at the front of Pescara, then we headed off back to south of Rome, where they came from. And at that time, then, yeah, obviously there was internet, but not as good as what it is now. So this was 2000, maybe 2002, something like that. And when we got back to our home, 2002, I think our daughter was born. She was born in 2002, so it was 2003, where we said we're definitely going to do this. We're going to do it, no matter what. We're going to do it. And I started doing research, and I said to Silvana, let's have a look at the area that we drove through. That's going to be so expensive. I'm sure it is, but let's have a look. And when we started looking and we saw the prices, because then you wouldn't believe the prices. I mean, now it's cheap. Then it was just like, there's something not right here. And it fit into our budget, because we didn't have a huge budget either. And we thought, oh my God, everything that we want from a house, we can get in this place. And we started then really looking at it and thought to ourselves, this can be real. We can do this. We can make this happen. And we started, and I fell in love with the property, and I spoke to this guy because he was an English guy, and it was 2 properties, and I was so excited. I thought, that's it. We've got the place. And when we came over to view, it wasn't for us, but we did the thing with the estate agents, and they booked us up. And we came for 2 weeks, and they wanted us there from 8 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, being taken around so many. Our brains were all over the place. You just couldn't. It actually almost put us off. It was madness. But at the same time, we're seeing all this incredible scenery and all the rest of it. But it just didn't work. A way of viewing properties by viewing hundreds at a time and trying to get it all into your head and traveling around everywhere. You don't know where you are. You don't know. it was a nightmare. Agents were showing us things we didn't want to see because we knew we wanted to move. We'd got 2 kids at the time then. We knew we wanted to be detached because we needed a garden. I didn't mind about driving because we could change our driving licenses over at the time, so it didn't matter where it was. And agents were taking us to see all sorts of things that we'd never even asked, to see. We were asked for detached with a garden, and then they'd take us to see a townhouse, somewhere that we didn't want to be, and it became a nightmare. And we just said, look, stop. That's it. We can't do this anymore. And that's why we do what we're doing at home in Italy, to do some of the legwork ready for you guys to be able to present it in a different way. And I said, let's just stop. I've had enough. We can't. And it was strange enough, all of our dreams and hopes, it was almost like we just said, look, let's just leave it. It was too stressful. And we had one meeting, a bit like what happened to Tony. We had one meeting left in our part where we eventually chose, the Palombaro side. I'd looked in the north. I'd not done Sulmona side and Aquila side because my wife, she thought we were going to be closer to the coast, but we didn't think about Sulmona side for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just, I don't know. We all the agents seem to be set up at this side. And I think as well, because Pescara went to the UK and it was mainly Brit buyers, people were sort of on this side of the mountains. But we said, let's keep that one appointment. And it was for a couple of houses in Palombaro. So we drove down the motorway again, drove inland along the Val di Sangro. And then we saw Casuli, exactly the same road that Tony took in. You see Casuli on the hill, and then you've got all these mountains behind. And we just thought, wow, this is mind-blowing. And it was that then that really caught us. And that day we found our property, and we thought, let's move. And let's do it. Let's buy it. Let's get on with it. The signing was a nightmare. That's a whole different story. We'll probably do that some other time. It wasn't, the agent were a nightmare. The signing was a nightmare. Silvana nearly walked out. We were 2 hours in the notary's office that should have taken half an hour. We were arguing with the agents. I was arguing with. I didn't understand most of what was going on. Silvana, I had to keep Silvana in the notary's office saying, please, look, if we don't do this now, we're never going to do it. We had stressful lives in the UK. It was horrendous. We'd already decided we wanted to move, and luckily she agreed to carry on, and we got through it. So we bought our little place, and I want to show you some of you may have seen this from some of the early ones. I want to show you what we bought. Now, don't laugh, because it was possibly one of the ugliest houses, not in Abruzzo, I would probably say the world. This is what we bought. It doesn't look like that now, but this shows you that sometimes when you take pictures of a property, unless you're there, unless you see it, it's completely different. We try and get it across on videos, and I believe, and everybody else tells me that the videos are great, the photos are great, but when you're there, it's unbelievable. So we bought this place, and we'd looked at some huge places, because we could buy. There were people offering tons of land, and in the UK you can't buy land. I thought, let's just get a huge ruined place with tons of land, and we'll have fun. Thank God we didn't go through with that, because I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, now we have a smaller garden. It stresses me out if I need to cut the grass. But luckily we had a brainwave and thought, no, let's buy something, a house that we can gradually build on as the years go over, and we can make it into something. So we bought this place outside of Palombaro. We fell in love with Palombaro and decided this was the place we're going to be. And then we started to do some of the work. We had to clear around the house. This was us. This was our lives at the time. I was still going a little bit between the UK and here. Things changed after Brexit, but this was when we came on a holiday or anything else. This was us. As my son, everywhere was danger. I was showing people back in the UK what we were up to. I mean, I'd never done anything like that. Chopped wood. I would take my arm off. I remember buying a chainsaw, and the next door neighbor, they became like family to us, and are like family to us. They were coming around, what you doing, what you do, you don't do that, let me do it. And they were incredible. And we had to get these trees down because the council were renewing a wall, and our tree was hanging over the road and other things. So, and they were coming the following day, and we literally had to chop this tree down and get it packed up and out of the way before we could do anything. It was madness. This is back in 2011, and this was our life. The house, we just started to do some work. We put a terrace in front of it. You could see it started to change a little bit. Inside, it was actually habitable. But we, the neighbors used to come along and leave us food parcels. I think they were just worried, you know, what was going on with us. We've got a young family, but inside it was finished, believe it or not. But we started clearing the land, and then as time went on, this is me. Look, this is me with no grey hair, still got the spikes, but and a lot slimmer. I think I've eaten myself. Compared to what I was then, not a grey hair. And this was, I remember, the old guy from next door giving me a machete. I mean, it's ridiculous to think. Tony's shaking his head. Me with a machete. I'd never. And he was then telling me how to do it, how to break the branches up, and all the rest of it. But there's a close up. Me with no grey hair and my machete. Proud of that photograph, actually. But we were doing things that I don't know. It was just, but it was that thing again of families and people getting together to help you. You know, our next door neighbors that we never even knew. There was 3 generations in a family. They took us in, and that's why I've called this Why Abruzzo. I probably should have called it Why Italy, because the people here are just amazing, and we were doing things that I never dreamed about doing. The kids in the UK, there's no way to let your kids sort of play amongst the rubble, and we were probably stupid at the time, but it's just what happened. You just did it. You just got on with it. Dangerous Dave. It's Dave with a machete. Oh my God. And anyway, but then we started to restore the property, and it did take up. So this was the house before. The only after shot I've got from this angle is from Christmas time. So I'm going to show you that next. We completely transformed it. So we had the house habitable inside in this state on the outside for many years. And then I can't remember how long ago, but probably in 2014, somewhere around about that, we then completely restored it. And this was what we were really excited about. This is what we ended up with, which is completely different to that. This must have been one of the first Christmases when we'd done it. We added an extra level on top. You can still see the little hat if you look at the window in the middle, and I'll go back to it again, so you can see that the window in the middle with the door and the plate. But obviously, we added an extra level on, and then added extra terracing on that just makes it look completely different. I think this was probably the first Christmas after we'd had it done, and we started to feel like we really were at home, because we'd gone through the living in a ruin and living like this. This was us. This is what we did, and it was important that we were there in Italy and starting to create a life that we would then move into properly and start living life. And again, it was with the support of the amazing people that live around here. But the amazing Italian people, it was from their support that things happened. So this is the obviously the garden side of the house, but look at the complete change. I mean, the builders are just amazing. This is what we wanted to create. It was everything that we wanted to do, was to have a bit of a ruined house and then just do it up over time. But I was amazed at how well the builders did. You know, people talk about Italian builders, and yeah, this is the stereotype things, but believe me, when they do some work, they know how to do it. They really do. And that's why it's so important to use the registered people, get the right people, and just let them, if you've got, we didn't have a huge budget, don't get me wrong, we did this over years. I'm showing you befores and after now as extremes, but there was a lot of in between that, a hell of a lot of in between that, and many years that passed. And we just until we got exactly what we wanted. And I always remember getting this photograph, because the land, you can see, but coming from the UK, we had gardens. It was easy to go out into the garden. And when I looked at this land, I was like, oh, this is easy. This is no problem. I'll just go around with I actually brought my lawnmower. They're called fly mowers. You probably have them where you live as well, that just hover above the grass and cut it. I brought mine. I think it lasted about half an hour in this garden. I was hitting rocks and hitting God knows what. It was horrendous. And I'd never seen as much wood in my life. That big tree to the left of the house, we had to take that out. Unfortunately, the council said that had to go because they had to do a new wall there. And we were stacking wood, we were burning wood, we were doing. I couldn't keep up. I've never seen as much wood in my life, and I've never used a machete as much in my life and everything else. But I remember getting this photograph. This was when it was becoming too much for us. We were still in the UK, and we asked somebody to go and start clearing the land so we could see the house, just actually see it, because it was quite hid away at the start. But then the huge difference between that and then from the same angle, what we have now, and it was blood, sweat, and tears between not just me, between Silvana, between the kids, and to get a lawn, to get something where we could actually cut it, get to the stage of going from, rather than tripping over rocks and everything else, and bumps, and we used to rake it, and stand on it and walk on it and do everything to it for years before we could actually get what you can call a bit of a lawn. But this was our dream. This is what we wanted to do. And whether it's a townhouse in a town, whether it's a detached house, obviously we were probably slightly different to a lot of you guys, where we were coming out here as a family. It had to be a family home. It was hopefully going to be a forever home. And we've done everything. Looking at the old photographs, it was actually quite well. I was nearly crying sat here preparing for tonight, because there was things that I'd forgotten about. And looking back now, with two kids, Gianluca, when we bought, was 18 months, and I think Alana, she was 6, and but it was great, and I wouldn't change anything. And that's because of the Italian people as well. That's a massive. I feel like your wife should be spinning around singing songs from the sound of music. That's about right. But that's the thing, because sometimes when we look at all these pictures, and it is like a dream, and you sort of see things and you think, but the reality behind all of it is, it didn't matter what the house was like. It didn't matter whether the house was like this or whether the house was like this. Everything about being here and being part of here is what made it right, is what made it feel like we were home. It made us feel that we were in the right place. It made us feel that we'd made the right decision. It was just, and I think that's the thing that I'm trying to get across tonight. Is I'm sorry, and Domenico's sending me a message. He's obviously trying to log on. What I'm trying to say is, that it's whatever you decide to do, whatever you decide to buy in Italy, hopefully in Abruzzo, is going to change your life more than what you will ever imagine. And it's not all about the material things. It's definitely not. Whether you have a budget and you stick to that budget, and the house, you work on it, and it's not perfect, and ours is the same as well. We're still working on it now. That actually disappears into insignificance, because the real quality is the people. The real quality is the places around you and feeling part of something extremely special. And that's why we chose Abruzzo, because in terms of Italians are the same, especially in the south. In the north, they're a little bit more cold as people, a little bit more like North Europeans, including us Brits. Once you start sort of midway and then heading south is different. I'm not saying don't go to the north, definitely not. But the way people are here is amazing. And why Abruzzo? Because Abruzzo is incredible. For me, as a region, it offers you everything. Why Italy? Because of Italians. Forget about all the worries when people say about bureaucracy and all that. There's bureaucracy everywhere in the world. The important thing is the people and that kind of thing. And it's that suddenly made us feel really, really, really special. And it's that will change your life, definitely. Okay, Tony, I need you to help me a second. I'm bringing you on. What you got a smile on your face for? Okay. Show us where the pool will be, somebody's saying. That's coming up. Look out for the video on Saturday, because that is now the next stage. After a number of years, we have decided we're going to put a pool in, and we've started doing the groundwork. So started taking some videos. That's going to be Saturday's video, because I'm not putting a property on this Saturday. It's going to be what we're up to. So look out for that on Saturday, 3 p.m. Tony, I need to send Domenico a message, because he says, aspetta un attimo, ti mando un altro.
Just Sabine has said quite a good thing. We could probably do a live stream to cover things like this, I think.
Yeah. No, we will. I mean, that's something that, I mean, obviously Gianmarco we work with now is a fantastic engineer and speaks perfect English. We're going to get him on. I think the problem with doing the restoration, if you remember when we did a couple of restoration videos, is obviously people saying how much for this, how much for that, how much.
You can't do it,
and it's difficult. It's difficult to
say. How long's a piece of string?
Exactly. Right, Tom. What I'm going to do, because it's I think it's round about that. Yes, it is. I need to send Domenico another. Let me. Everybody, bear with me a minute. Can you sing or dance or something, Tony, just to entertain me?
I can't. If I kick my legs, the draw go.
Yeah, and just annoying everybody like last time. Okay, I'm sorry if I look a bit strange. I'm looking at a different screen to everybody else. I'm going to send this to Domenico because I need him on. Hopefully, this one's going to work for him. Okay, so wonderfully done. Certainly upgraded your immediate neighborhood. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Kurt, it's sort of everybody has pride with their houses here. I think people, because we lived that house how it was, we lived in that for years and years and years. And I think people thought, these poor kids, people a lot, because here Italians do the one thing that they do a bit different to everybody else is they like to show off on the outside first, and then they'd rather do that, whereas we did it the opposite way around because we got kids here. When it feels like home, all the rest is just details. I spent years remodeling our 100-year-old home in Texas. It's finally where we want it to be, and we're over 76 now. So true, Wayne. You got to be happy where you are. That's the thing. And if you're not, the only thing I can say is do something about it and change it, because there are some incredible places, and here is one of them. Right, Tom.
Yeah.
Domenico hopefully is going to be coming on. He's sending me another message now. So, are you ready to do? Are you going to do yours again?
Yeah, go on. I'll try.
In fact, let's just hold on 1 second. Let's just see if he, with the photos, I already guess is the movie is Machete Kills. No, it's not. Who wrote that? No, it's Sabine. Tony's saying it's not happening. It says to insert email and password.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Well, email, and then it'll send you a number.
You have
to put in.
Mando un altro tipo di link. We've been waiting for Domenico to come on all this time.
I know.
Let me see if I can.
But we used to be.
Tony, entertain people. What can you say? Can't you add to what I was saying?
No, because you basically said it all. That it is. It is, until people come out and see it. It's difficult to explain, because we used to do the shows and whatnot, and people used to tell people exactly how it was or how it is here, and you could see the look in their eye, thinking, "Yeah, you're just saying that."
Yeah,
you're not just saying. You have to come and see it for yourself, because it is mind blowing. Some of the scenery is.
And to be fair, everybody that's bought remotely, I mean, it does take. Would you ever have done that? Bought remotely? No. I don't think I would. And I'm the kind of person that I just think whatever. I'm not sure if I would, especially not being there. If I'd been there, but I'm so glad people do, because it's obviously.
Well, yeah, no,
I'll
take my hat off to people that do it, because it's not something I would do.
But let's be honest, though, everybody that comes on here that has, and the vast majority of our clients have, then they've loved it and they've not regretted it.
Exactly, and they never will, Dave. To be honest, you would never regret moving here or buying here. Never mind moving if you just have a holiday home.
Diamond Dave says, sorry, mate, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm just really saying, I'm buying the house next door to yours, David, and I'm putting a 1970s Trans Am on cinder blocks and routinely rubbish in large bonfires so you can get a taste of the deep south of the USA. Brilliant.
Yeah, but
Please
is there a
do.
barbecue?
Superb, superb. Well, I'm going to give Domenico another couple of minutes to try and sort his problem out, and if not, then we're going to have to give it up as a bad job, I think. Or, well, you can say it, and then I will.
If you want.
We'll see if he's on there. He's not sending any messages, so we may well be on. But I suppose we can't keep people waiting this long. It's because the videos actually show us all what's there. And thank you for saying that, Peter. No, I think the thing with the videos, some people will say it's too long, you waffle on too much. But people that are really interested in coming here, they need to see every last
Yeah,
bit.
of course they do.
And the last thing I want to do is not showing off and people to be unsure.
No, I mean, can I say, going back on to what you were saying?
Sorry, Tom, I'm going to send one more message.
Right.
Prova on Chrome. Devi fare on Chrome, non Safari. Prova tutti e due i link, se no lascia stare. Sorry, folks. He's got an error code. Error code 100.
Yeah, because he's trying to get through Safari. It doesn't work.
Is that what it is? How long's he been doing this? Well, he's been off a few weeks, hasn't he?
I know. Too many festas already.
That's where it is. It's festa time as well, isn't it? Oh, sounds like somebody's shooting outside. Is that?
No, I was going back on what you were saying about the people, and I can honestly say, and I always say this to people when they come on the tours, hand on heart, I have never been so warmly welcomed by people who don't speak the same language. They don't speak hardly any English, if any at all. My Italian is complete rubbish, but it doesn't matter. You still get invited into their homes. They still take you out and get you drunk. Buy you lots of drinks, but they also feed you. They take you in the home and feed. And I've never been anywhere like that. Not even in the UK.
No.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen.
It's strange, isn't it? How we've lost that. My dad always says to me that it used to be like that in the years and years in the UK, but I've never known it. I
haven't. It's completely new to me, and it just blows you away. The trust in you. And the proudness, they want to show you everything. They want to show their homes. And
that is a mad thing, isn't it? You go to somebody's house and then you take it on a tour of the house.
You do. And if they've got another one down the road, you get to see that one as well. If you think, okay.
I remember somebody once coming to our house, and they, you could tell they were sort of waiting for that. And I'm thinking to myself, if my daughter's bedroom is usually just, it's like a bomb's being thrown in. You sort of trying to anyway, I remember them sort of saying there, and Silvana saying they want to see around the house. I'm thinking, can't we just entertain them in another way? Just feed them, give them drinks. Okay, so Domenico can't come. I'm really sorry. No, è uguale di sempre, però non fa niente, abbiamo quasi finito. So Domenico gives his apologies. He can't do it. Tony, we're going to have to finish it off because we started. So I'll do the English one.
Yeah, go on.
Domenico is usually pretty good. He's not like you anyway. So it's his English is usually
a lot better, isn't it? He has got a lot better.
Okay, so do you want to do it in Italian and then I'll read the English out?
Okay. Penso che siate tutti pazzi. Siamo a 10 ore dal palco e volete smettere. Beh, vi dico una cosa, questa non è più una vacanza, è una ricerca di divertimento, mi diverterò e vi divertirete anche voi. Ci divertiremo così tanto che dovremmo ricorrere alla chirurgia plastica per toglierci il sorriso. Can't get that one.
Togliere. You don't pronounce the G, do you?
No.
It's not bad. It's not bad. But it just shows how difficult the Italian language is. If anybody can get it, you can guess now the film. If anybody can get it, I'm going to give 5 seconds. If anybody gets it from that, I think we may have to. I don't know. I've got to offer something good. I'm just trying to see if anybody can get it. It's all silent. I don't think anybody's got it. But this is that the words that you're getting mixed up. The same word that keeps repeating itself in English. All it is fun.
Yeah.
Fun. Fun. And because it's talking about we, he, oh my God. I'm not giving it him. I'm not, David, I'm not giving it you. I'm not, David, I'm not going to even do the signing for you. If you, there's no way. You're slightly wrong. And that's why I'm not going to give it. So the thing of offering a prize has now gone out the window, just in case, because David is going to come back and get it right. Terry's saying, Tony, you've really improved with Italian. Terry, where are you listening to your Italian? Anyway, I can't believe. Anyway, I'll read it out in.
You're gonna have to, because it's the only one that's got it right.
I know, and well, it's not quite right. That's why I'm getting away with it. So listen to how easy it is in Italian, in English. I think you're all crazy. I've actually changed some of the words because there was some swearing in it. We're 10 hours from the theme park and you want to bail out. Well, I'll tell you something. This is no longer a vacation. It's a quest. It's a quest for fun. I'm going to have fun and you're going to have fun. We're all going to have so much fun. We'll need a plastic surgeon to remove our smiles. Nobody's got it. Wendy, no, you've not got it. Francis, you see, they're all coming along now, but you've just not quite. David was the closest. David, I can't believe. David Palladino, I cannot believe that you got it from Tony's thing. That just
proves everything, doesn't it? Eh?
I mean, luckily for me, because I was going to give a really big prize.
Well done.
But luckily for me, it didn't quite get it right, and still nobody's got it right. Oh, hang on a minute. Diamond Dave has got it right. It's just called Vacation. It's National Lampoon's Vacation. There you go. Diamond Dave, but I'm also going to give it. It was Clark Griswold, yes, and I mean there is a bit of swearing. What a fantastic film! But still, I have got to give credit where it's due, and it's David who hopefully we're going to be. I've been practicing my Italian, even David. Even though you've been practicing your Italian, how did you get that? That is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And David, I tell you what my prize to you is, and he already knows this anyway. We're going to do everything to get it. I'm even coming back off my holiday for David and his partner, and I'm so sorry I can't remember his name. I'm coming back off my holiday to hopefully get this one over the line, and that will be my special gift to you both. I still can't believe you got that. Tom, what can I say? What can I say? You've done something right, obviously. I don't know what. Anyway, have a fantastic. You're going to Sicily tomorrow, aren't you? You're off to Catania. If anybody's in Catania and you see Tony and you get a photograph, there will be a prize. So hunt him down in Catania. He's there with his wife, Mila.
Look for all the bars, cafes.
Yeah. If you can get a photograph in between Tony and Mila, then you get an extra prize. If you manage to find their hotel and get in between them in the bed, then it's an even bigger. Not in a nasty. I'm just saying, in a nice sort of way. Okay, Tom.
Yeah, because I'm more worldly recognised than you, because I've been recognised outside of Abruzzo.
You have, yeah. One person recognised you.
Yep. Just goes to proof,
Thanks, Tone. Have a fantastic holiday.
I will do, boy. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Have a good August. See you in September.
The rest of the world doesn't celebrate August like Italy.
No.
It's a shame, isn't it? I feel like a child.
Yeah. Everything's it's good.
I know. Party time. See you later, Tom.
Bye-bye.
There you go, folks. Sorry this went on a little bit longer than usual. And Domenico is sending messages to say happy Festa to everybody, even though, as I say, it's a little bit different the rest of the world. But there you go. It is a very special time of the year. And again, it just shows what it's like being in a country like this. Sorry, my telephone's sending messages to me. Well, not my telephone, somebody else's. But it just shows living in the kind of place we do. This, again, family time, Festa time, friends, close neighbors, everybody gets together all the time. And in August time, when it's Festas and it's holiday time, they do it again, and they do it on a bigger scale. and it's not just all about sort of sitting and getting drunk and that kind of thing. It's not it does happen, getting merry, should we say. There's tons of food. It's just the lifestyle of being out here, and it is completely different to anything I knew living back in the UK, and I'm sure it'd be completely different for any of you guys as well. It's something special. It's something that keeps you feeling young and alive, and keeps you feeling like there is something else to live for, and without listening to all this terrible stuff that is going off on the news at the minute, that's going off around the world in different countries. And I'm not going to get political. They're all idiots, all of them, and they could learn a lesson by just listening, not just to decent people here in Italy, but decent people around the world. But believe me, no matter whatever is happening around the world, once you're part of something special, something changes, and I really believe that. Okay, guys, I'm going to miss you for a few weeks. I will do a few lives. I will do. It's not going to be this kind of thing for a few weeks. Maybe the last week of August, if we're around, I will do something. If not, the first week in September, we will be back up and running with lots more content, lots more of everything. Thank you so much for your support. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart, from me, from Silvana. You guys are just fantastic. Every week you keep coming on, you keep supporting us, and even those that don't watch the live, those that are watching the recordings, thanks to you guys as well. I really, really appreciate it. We will see you. We'll be here before we know it. We'll see you the first week in September, but look out for some content that's coming on the channel throughout August. All the best to you all. We'll see you soon.